This episode of Dat Game is brought to you by Netflix. For a free 30-day trial, head on over to netflix.com/Gamebreaker TV. Sweet. They have the Garbage Pail Kids movie. I'll see you in an hour and 36 minutes. Hello, Internet, and welcome to another episode of Dat Game. I'm your host, Magic Man, and this is Gamebreaker's official first look show. We're going to spend about 10 or 15 minutes in a game, giving you some core mechanics and features. If you want to check out today's spotlighted game, take a look in the information below. Head on over to the website that we'll link for you. Today's game is Wartune. Now, this game's brought to you by the fine folks over at R2 Games Reality Squared. You might have heard that name because they recently, a few months ago, became the publishers for the upcoming City of Steam game. And like that game, Wartune is a free-to-play browser-based game that focuses, well, on a little bit of everything. It's kind of a micromanager's dream come true. At its core, the game is a battle, top-down, crawler type game. You're going to move from map to map, just like you see. It's point and click, bump into your enemies for your battles here. Now, it is a bit turn-based as far as the battles go. However, it's not turn-based the way you think of it in old-school JRPGs or anything like that. You have your choice of an archer, a mage, or a warrior, and you'll take control of that physical character, male or female, throughout the game. You won't be able to pick who that person targets, but you will be using a little bit of strategy as far as what abilities you use. You can customize the team that's with you as you build a city, we'll get to that in a little bit, and recruit more and different types of soldiers. In this case, we've got some lancers, which generally seem to be the most effective in all the time that I've played the game. Now, you won't have individual control of those additional characters, these lancers here, and what they target or what abilities they use, but you will have control over their leveling, and you'll be aware of when they do get extra abilities. So basically, battle comes down to you controlling your main character and what abilities they use and when. Typical mechanics, just like a Diablo-type game. You've got your health on the left, rage building up on the right. Rage, of course, is the resource that you're going to use for all of your little abilities. Now, the top-down view here for the different dungeons or fields that you're running through, not only do they include battles, they do include little offshoots and treasure chests and things like that. And most maps conclude, just like this one, with some type of boss fight that moves the narrative forward. That's the game at its core, and if you like that style of game, you're going to enjoy this an awful lot. But that's not all Wartune has to offer for you. You see, the game also focuses on some minor city building and upgrading, enchanting of gear, PvP, farming, that's right, I said farming, and a whole slew of other manageables. The game plays similar to most Facebook games that you've played, in that there's a ton of different types of resources and items that you're going to use to accomplish certain things. Here we are, we've just leveled 10, we're going to go back to the city here and take a look at some of those mechanics. In a nutshell, as you level, you will attain the ability to gain certain types of buildings inside your city walls. Those buildings, in turn, open up new things for you to do inside the game, whether it be farming. Once you open up the arena, you'll have access to PvP. Once you've opened up the barracks and leveled that up, you'll be able to recruit different soldiers. From top down, your character's level determines how far your city hall can be upgraded, and your city hall's level determines how far up you can upgrade your other facilities. So it's all based mainly on your character's level. There's all kinds of extracurricular activities. Right now we're going to spin the luck wheel here and try to get some resources that maybe we would have to farm with other ways. You'll get tokens in the game. You'll get to play these little spin-all games, and it's no whammies, stop type thing to try and gain resources. Now, that's where the game does become a bit complex. You see, there's resources for everything. Just like most Facebook games you play, you're limited by how long you can play, a stamina meter, we'll get to it in a second, and every single action you take usually consumes some type of resource, whether it be an inventory slot resource you see here, or if it's any of the actual currencies. Your character does have the ability to level up skills as they go, but the path is pretty predetermined, at least for the first part of your leveling curve. I didn't have much option. I got to about level 20 before I had to get the video together for you guys. We're going to enchant some gear, and as you can see, this takes resources as well, luck stones and some type of equipment. Now, to be fair, most of the resources you are going to gather in-game, and it's really not too challenging, especially at the start. You kind of gather them as you need them because they want you to learn each and every system. And there's a lot of them. Just on this enchanting tab alone, you see that there's 6 separate tabs to do different things to your equipment. And believe me, there's going to come a point where to progress, you're going to need to know how to manage your equipment and what resources you're going to need to upgrade each and every piece. Now, as far as actual currencies go, again, like other Facebook games that you've probably played before, there are multiple types of currencies in the game. Starting with gold, of course. We're going to farm a little bit. Hopefully we can get some gold here. No, these aren't quite ready to harvest yet, but we can get our tree a little more power. Perfect. Now, just like I said in Facebook, you do have multiple currencies, the first of which obviously is gold. Really, you're not going to have to worry about gold. It comes pretty quick. There are multiple other currencies, though, vouchers and the actual in-game cash diamonds that you see there. Those are purchased only by cash, and usually most actions will take 1 or more currencies, but there are some cash shop items that can only be purchased with the actual in-game diamonds. You are limited, you saw there, by stamina. Once your stamina is depleted for the day, you can no longer gain experience by doing anything, so it's essentially time to stop. What we're going to do now is, before I go into the PvP demo for you, we're going to actually upgrade a few buildings here and upgrade the levels on both my Lancers and Archers. Now, I ran around most of the time with the Lancers, like I told you, so bear with me there. They just seem to be stronger, at least in the early ongoing. Once you've leveled up to a certain point, you will open up the arena in your city. Now, there's multiple forms of PvP in this game. The first and most basic is the world map pillaging. You will see cities like this one that are actually controlled by other players, and whether they're online or offline doesn't matter. You can attempt to pillage their city. Again, the combat mechanics are still the same. They're using whatever preset load options they've already set up against yours, and you're controlling your main character and their abilities, so the combat doesn't change, but it is against another live person. Now, they'll get a notification when they log in telling them that I have sacked their city and maybe taken some resources for winning the battle. That's the primary and first method of PvP that you'll learn. Once you've unlocked the arena, you have 5v5 actual arena battles and 1v1 duels. Now, 5v5, you have to get to level 22 to open up, but as soon as you have the arena, you can take part in 1v1. Again, same type of combat mechanics. The person doesn't have to be online or offline for you to battle them. You're going against their preset the same way they would go against yours. And believe me, they're gonna go against yours, especially at lower levels. Each time I logged into the game, I found multiple notices in my mailbox that my cities had been sacked, my gold mines had been taken away, and I had lost a few duels inside while I was logged out. To be fair, I won a couple too, but yeah, I lost a lot more than I won, and I'm about to bite it here too. This was not a good choice for me to bring up the PvP. So, all in all, Wartune, there's an awful lot to do. You're going to battle, you're going to upgrade your city, you're going to PvP, you're going to farm, you're going to need to make friends because you got to get into a guild. And of course, the guild will be able to help you with your farming, and you can help with your friends' farming as well. So there is social interactivity encouraged. I don't like the way that ended. Let me Let me get enchanted here a little bit. We'll enchant some gear, and then we're going to go back in and try again. I can't let the video end on a loss. That's just not right. So we'll use a couple luck stones, enchant some of my gear up, and then we'll head back in and do it one more time. All in all, if it interests you, definitely check it out. It's an interesting time sink, if nothing else. There is a VIP subscription option for $7.99. I will tell you that one of the big perks of the VIP package, if you decide to subscribe, is the cooldown. As you can see, I just had a cooldown there with my duel. I had to wait 10 minutes, but I used some vouchers and overrode the cooldown. Your building and upgrading does the same thing. When you upgrade your city hall, you get a cooldown. Now, at the high teen levels, those cooldowns for building things were usually about 20-25 minutes in between, so there's definitely a push to try and get you to become a VIP to eliminate those cooldowns. Again, you're going to have to make the decision on whether the game is worth the $7.99 a month for you to check it out like that. I think we're going to end this one on a victory here. So 1 for 1 in the PvP on live... well, semi-live Dat Game. This is Magic Man saying stay safe, gang, and we'll see you on the servers.